Hello, everybody. We're back for another session of Teams and Tendrils. Today is session 39, and we're missing two people. Yeah, it makes me very sad. So, definitely send thoughts towards Faxian. His one of his dogs is sick. Had to go to the vet. It's really sad. Hope it's okay. And then we got some college people in our group too, so midterms, finals, and tests and whatever coming and going, and so missing another one. Derek's back this week. Missed him last week. So exciting. We're gonna get right into it. Let's chat about what happened the last session. Josh, would you like to go over it?
No, I don't remember what happened. I remember that Titus is dead. Twice.
Turned into a demon after we killed him the first time. So
Super dead. That was bad.
Oh,
how did we? Oh, yeah. I was like, how did we start?
Vaccine getting a team together to come down and fulfill the original mission.
Went and talked with Inquisitor Melon, right?
Yeah, he tattled.
He requested a platoon.
He tattled.
He did tattle.
For some reason, he thought we weren't enough. I don't know why.
He just disappeared. He's like...
Got all the psychic support you could want.
Yeah.
Or ever need.
Yeah, no clue.
That's cool.
From Faxian, we went to our main characters, and they're still kind of trying to figure out what they're doing, but they heard, they went down the ways a little and found the other outpost, and
Outpost 2.
Deco did a sense presence, and at first didn't see anything, but then apparently he heard something, so he did see something.
I had to knock on my head a little bit to get a better signal.
Well, it was an alien presence, right? So
Different. And he was big and he moved slowly, so I thought he was just like a shaggy carpet.
Don't cover for him.
You can cover for me anytime you want.
Anywho,
Danny
so
Closer.
I think. So then Clone Titus went to check it out and super killed the thing really fast, which
Freaking
was
one-shot it.
surprising. And so when he came down covered in blood after the group had kind of pretty much decided that when he came back we were going to kill him, there was a brief awkward silence, and then we all started trying to kill him, succeeded, and then he came back as a demon and almost killed Ava, and then we killed him again.
He almost killed Ava by fatiguing her to death.
That was pretty rough.
He did this special attack that made her take like D10 levels of fatigue, and he rolled a 9, or he rolled something out of his willpower to it or something, and then she went into a coma mid-flight on her jetpack.
That is bad.
But she didn't take super bad fall damage.
Oh yeah, I rolled like really, really low for her fall damage. So that's fun. Okay. So that's kind of the gist of what happened last week. And I think next session when we have Vaccine here, I'll have him go over his part with Malin a little bit more. And in the meantime, we'll just go ahead and move forward. Probably going to be a little shorter of a session today. Because I planned for a little more. We're going to have a little less. That's okay. So, at the very end of last session, after you guys killed Demonic Titus, we are asked if everybody wanted to sleep outside the outpost or inside, because everybody's still pretty fatigued.
Did we not
Sleeping is
decide?
dangerous. I've come to find, at least the time just before it.
It's finished.
So outside or inside, what was the reason we were worried about inside the...
Inside's just covered with blood upstairs. Downstairs isn't really an issue.
Yeah, we just all have to sleep downstairs.
Nobody's worried about people coming home because the people who called that home got massacred by Deco.
Awesome.
The people's heads exploded.
Hey, boom, papa, shaka, waka. That's the name of that power. Didn't you know?
It was a weird thing to buy. Felt a little uncomfortable.
But yeah, I think. Well, I think there's some merit to being outside, like, and being a bit more aware. Maybe like have like the people who like if we're rotating our sleeping schedule so that we have people on watch. Those people would be outside.
That's really smart.
Probably
Oh no, out of
the people with the least fatigue should be the ones on watch first.
Who has the less fatigue?
I have 0 fatigue, so I volunteer as tribute.
Cascade also has 0 fatigue.
I also have no wounds.
Neither does she.
We're totally healed, buddy cops.
But
Oh yeah, you have your new leg. Nice.
I fixed everything I broke.
Did you give
You
yourself a
almost
new arm?
put 2 left legs on.
Did you give yourself a new arm?
No, just because like it was a robot arm.
Yeah, and it'd be cooler to have just another robot arm.
And it would be really uncomfortable if I was gonna get a new robot arm and I had to cut off my old arm.
Mm-hmm.
So you still just have one arm?
Yeah, the other arm is just like broken robotics.
Then it's whatever.
I'm just gonna put it in a sling. People won't think I'm a threat that way.
Oh. Cool. So
Not intimidated.
Who's sleeping
Because I only
first?
have
I
one.
guess I should ask. I don't even want any of
Ooh,
those.
he's
You know what? Can I have one chip?
A single chip.
I don't want a whole bag.
That's fair. Whole bag stuff.
I don't want it.
I really like these chips. They're freaking good. Where's your old cup, Derek?
I was dumb and I threw it away.
Why would you do
Because I hate myself.
He's like, I'm
This
gonna
got
eat
dark
this
real
one.
fast.
got
Just
dark,
kidding.
yeah.
I hate myself. I'm gonna kill the
that?
earth.
Well, it's a good thing I brought 30
Yeah.
for-
for 4 people. Liara is going to like to go to sleep first.
We should
and
have
Ava
more.
should also sleep.
Ava's
Yeah.
already asleep.
Okay, good.
No, she's setting up camp right where you guys are standing. Actually, she's going to sleep in the crater that she made.
Neat.
This feels right.
It's like the perfect shape.
It's like I knew.
Yeah. I'm in pretty good shape, so I'm willing to do watch later on if somebody wants to switch
So
out
you
with
want
me.
to sleep right now?
But I'll sleep for now.
Well,
I'm like full on everything. So I can sleep or do watch.
well, if Cascade and I are both good,
I'll
you
sleep.
can take the next.
I'll
Talia's
take,
going to sleep too.
Yeah, if you.
I'll take the next shift with Crisis.
I feel,
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like 2 people should be on watch, just in case.
Yeah, I don't know. Him being on watch, sometimes he might want to do like psychic powers to like analyze the area.
So just make
Gotta
sure
open
that
this
you.
can. Better summon the psychic blade.
That's right.
Freaking Deco.
Also, I'm awful at watch because I have terrible perception. But
Oh.
so more reason to have another person on watch with me.
It's pretty good.
Your perception is okay.
It's hopefully
So-
better than a 26.
I also have like
Yeah,
plus
it is.
10 perception
Okay.
or something.
Well, neat. So yeah, you guys will balance each other out pretty well. He'll keep you in check, and you'll be able to see things maybe.
You can light him on fire if he misbehaves.
Yeah.
This guy is on fire.
I'll just make sure my flamer's pointing at him instead of.
Anywhere else? Why are you
Anywhere
Why are you
else.
pointing that at me?
Oh, I'm just, if it spontaneously goes off for some reason.
Just in case.
Alright.
Oh, I did that on purpose, that's right. I had to min-max Cascade a little bit. Her perception's actually horrible.
All right.
That's a rank 8, it's 31.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, impressive.
I just upped my perception to 45.
I actually rolled really bad for her when I did my initial rolls. But that's not too bad. No. So Cascade's sitting there with you. And she's like, well, Joss, let's have a chat.
Ooh.
What do you want to talk about?
Are there any boys you're into?
That is not something that Cascades would ask.
What do you think of that Psyker? I hear he's pretty fiery.
Oh my gosh.
She says, so, Crisis, you sent for some firebrand?
Yes.
How many did you send for?
I don't know. I just sent a little texty text to my friend Captain Aberdeen, and he sent Crisis.
I know Aberdeen.
Sure. Who doesn't know Aberdeen?
Getting old. Nobody's gonna know much longer. I'm just kidding.
What's wrong with you?
No,
Your social skills.
You're just so
wrong.
uncomfortable.
I'm actually,
She has like a 0 fellowship.
she's like, remember when you interrupted my speech?
Yeah, it was a good one though.
Remember that awesome speech I was giving that you ruined?
She says, I'm actually pretty happy with your Crisis, so I think this is a good addition.
He's been an asset so far. I mean, when we were all exploded, he helped.
He did. Quite inspirational, not bad.
Your boyfriend Deco didn't help much.
Hey,
You're
gave
asleep.
you a leg.
After you
It's his second
got it
powers
ripped off.
manifesting.
I know. Hey, the good deck will give it to the good deck will take it
She
away.
says,
I'm not throwing this away.
you should write your name. You don't remember. Or you can write, don't throw me away.
Write it like
If
that.
I name it, I'll be more attached to it.
Oh.
Don't throw it away.
Crisis, that way if you throw it away, we have to throw you.
My character dies.
No.
Throw it away. Stand in the garbage.
Throw it
Burn
away,
a
throw
pig.
it away, throw it away.
Burn a pig. Hey. Some chili peppers.
It was too good.
Cool.
It gets overplayed.
So, she's like, would you like to say a prayer with me for our journey?
Yeah, but you say it.
You know, I think the God Emperor wants to hear from you right now.
Well, you'll be able to feel my spirit, but it's definitely going to be silent.
She goes, and then just looks at not the fire, because there isn't one, but the head.
She goes to look at a fire and is like, oh. Just like,
This conversation is just really uncomfortable.
I love this
That's because of
conversation.
one of us.
Yeah, Cascade's really awkward.
Yeah, rubbed some weird shoulders there.
Do you want me to?
Cool. So a couple hours pass, and she's like, okay, I think, now that we're done with our sister time,
Oh my god.
I think we are able
sister.
to take the next shift.
Cool. Do you want to wake them, or should I? What a boob punch.
Yeah, she passes out and dies.
She's dead?
Oh.
She's dead?
I try to wake Liara and Ava. Are they dead?
Nope, they wake right up.
Neat.
And I actually met Liara and Talia, because
Oh.
Ava was jacked.
I was gonna say.
Hey, Ava.
Ava needs no watch. Yeah, they wake up and Talia looks at her with her not eyes. She's like, wait.
Sure thing. She can't see me nodding, but I'm doing it.
Cool. So I guess you're going to sleep, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Neat.
So they do their watch, and then Deco, you feel someone brush your shoulder, and Holly's there, and she's like, "Hey,
Hi.
it's time for you to take your turn to watch.
All right.
How are you doing?"
Just woke her up. Okay, I was like,
She's like, I'm not doing
what
this watch crap.
bull crap is this?
Hey, Deco, time passes weird down here. You got watch for like 4 hours, but it's really 2. Just stay up. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's like, "No, how are you doing?"
I'm okay.
That's some crazy stuff that happened back there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I've never, like when you say the crazy stuff, you're talking about everything exploding and almost dying, or Clone Titus turning into a demon, or just all of it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I like every time I think I got like a handle on stuff and feel like we got stuff in control, some crazy shiz happens. And I don't know. I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Sometimes I wonder why the Imperial sanctioning is so rigorous and so horrid, and I think that that's to help keep our minds in check. I don't know if you know this, but just from being in the political side of things with Inquisitor Alvis's work, I've come to learn that almost rare that they deploy psychers alongside each other, just because of the potential with the power and the negative effects. And so I think it's cool that we have an opportunity to serve under the same Inquisitor.
I know it is cool, but you know, Alvis is like a nice guy, but be careful. Some of the stuff he says about psychers makes me feel like he sees us more as tools than people, things to be used up and thrown away.
Well, he saved me and my mom Ava from getting executed by the sororitas.
Yeah, he pulled me out from a bad situation too, but you know, it's just because I'm realizing that I'm useful. You know, it's just kind of a weird thing to, you know, you go through the sanctioning and talk about the God Emperor and serving him and how glorious and wonderful that is, and then you get put under a guy who just, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine, but yeah, this should be cool. But I'm just saying, watch your back, because he's not gonna watch it for you.
Have you focused on a specific divination yet?
Like out of game, that's like psychic discipline, right?
Wait, what did I say?
Divination.
I meant discipline.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, I was just verifying.
No, you're good.
Yeah, the more I'm learning, I'm starting to lean towards like telekinetics or biomancy, you know, just those two things. It's been cool to see people who get really messed up and be able to mend them back together. And it's also cool to be able to blow people's heads up really bad. So,
Yeah, it's true. I actually, you might be aware, but I've been one to focus on divination and telepathy, and
oh yeah,
I can typically sense underlying thoughts in people, or make connections that way. I can plant thoughts. I think being a full divination psyker allows you to be probably one of the most proficient judges of character. But it also can have negative consequences, because when you open your mind to someone else, their personality, their stuff they've been through can sometimes bleed off onto you, and that can be pretty dangerous. But it is good to be able to help people, and I think that my divination has allowed that ultimately.
That's good. Do you ever use that on members of the team?
I can.
Have you?
Yeah, there's we know there is another Titus out there, at least one, and I helped him while he was dealing with some severe flashbacks from mind cleansing that had occurred in his past. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Jeez. I was kind of aware, but no, I didn't realize it was a mind cleansing. I didn't even realize that was you hear stories about that, but it's like boogeyman stories. I don't know that's like a real thing they do to people.
That's true. If you'd like, I know there's horrors of the warp out there, and I can help psychers just as much as others. If you'd like, I can share that burden a little bit and perhaps help ease any potential suffering that could happen or has happened.
What do you mean?
Just cleanse your soul.
Let me think about that.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
The offer stands, but I'm tired, so I'll
Yeah.
let you take your shift with Crisis. I didn't wake him up because I want to see how you were doing.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Cool. Then she goes off to Slips.
Yeah. I don't know if I trust her, as Deco. Just because they're so close with Alvis and they're a separate team, I'm anything that she reads in my mind, any doubts or anything, even the stuff I told her, I was kind of careful about that. But just I'm she would tell Alvis everything. So I'm not letting her in my mind or my heart. Be
That's
gone!
what you say, but
I'm going to go wake up Crisis.
alright.
I wonder if she has anything she wants to try.
It's done? Oh,
Hey, wake up.
yes.
It's time to take watch.
Oh.
Ready?
Yes. Well,
Need help getting up?
ready for standing. I don't know about watching.
Okay, I learned this new psychic power. I can just pick you up. All right.
Oh,
But stand
no,
back,
I
because
can-
if I do it wrong.
No, I can get up. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go ahead and do those willpower tests with me.
Oh my gosh.
Nosy broad.
Perfect.
Oh. Do I need to beat you?
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
Well, it's by degrees. So how many degrees did you pass your willpower test by?
Oh, I'm gonna use a fate point. Here we go. Oh, there we go. That's a lot better.
3?
2.
2. Yeah.
Perfect. I had an overbleed on mine, so I had a plus 10 bonus on my test,
Oh,
and
nice.
so I have 3 degrees of success.
Oh, shoot!
So as she's going to bed, she's just gonna compel you to feel better.
She's gonna compel me to?
Just like at the edge of your mind, maybe your guard's going down a little bit as far as not wanting her to be part of your mind.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. All right. I'm she's nice.
No, she's a nice girl.
Yeah, maybe she won't talk.
Living in a lonely world.
Psychers put psychers first.
Cool. So yeah, you guys are doing anything?
So, these kinds of things, do they happen often?
Which one? The demon or everything blowing up?
The both.
Just the camping.
Just camping. No, this is my first time camping.
Yeah,
actually.
I haven't done this before. I mostly go around, stealing and raising territory.
That's awesome. Yeah, I usually spend my time in space.
Or prison.
Yeah, I was in prison for a little bit, but I don't like to talk about that. I saw a flower for the first time a couple months ago. It was pretty wild. Didn't know stuff like that was real. Oh yeah, but everything else is pretty normal.
Oh yeah, yes.
Lots
Demons.
Yeah,
consistently take over your companions?
Well, he wasn't really our companion. He was a clone.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
So the demon invaded the clone's body, but demons have just kind of been dogging us for a while. Sometimes me, Sometimes like I feel like me, and sometimes I'm like, man, I should cut everyone's head off. Yeah, while they're sleeping.
Nice. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just messing with you. like everything's pretty. The demon stuff, we take a lot of precautions for that now. Yeah, somehow that tied us. We don't know where the real one is. The real one's really cool. But that one, yeah, some crazy stuff. We haven't seen anything that crazy in a while.
So, what is it like to work under an Inquisitor? How do you like your experience? On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate it?
I was in this big prison, filled with a bunch of crazy people, and he pulled me out of there. So
it was a blue man living in a blue world all day.
So this, compared to prison, there's definitely some upsides in this. But I don't know about Inquisitors and stuff. Yeah. I thought most of this would be us like killing the bad guys and saving the people, but the more I do it, the more I realize it's more like a power grab, Like, they say, and like maybe we end up saving people, but really it's just so our Inquisitor can get what he wants and become more powerful. So I don't know how long I'm supposed to serve under him, but I hope someday I can do my own thing and go and figure the rest of the world out. There's some important stuff that I know people in our group need to be a part of, and I just hope that after that's over, I can go do my own thing, And
is your own thing helping people?
I would hope so, And I don't know, like, just serving under the, like, especially, like, I know the God Emperor is, like, the real deal, and that's all of that. Yeah, you know that too, obviously, but, like, I just wonder about the people under the God Emperor, that use his name and have us do things in his name that I don't know necessarily if he would want us to do. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But that's just where I am. But, I've seen a lot of crazy things. I could probably do with a good cleansing or whatever.
Oh, I'm good at not that kind, I see.
I'm okay. What about you? What do you think about all this? Like being a firebrand, that sounds pretty cool. Seem a lot friendlier than our assassin. She's kind of grouchy.
It's the nature of assassins.
It's true. No, yeah.
They are in a different line of work than I am. I'm supposed to be someone who is capable of
talking with people.
Human connection.
Both of you.
She's really good at her job as an assassin, though. I'm not going to give her any grief on that.
Oh, yes, if that were not true, the Firebrands would not have sent assistance.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. She's also becoming, yeah, she's a great assassin.
She does seem somewhat unappreciative of her new leg, though. Perhaps it's because you are the reason she lost her old one.
Yeah, it's not the first time something like that's happened. I mean, it's the first time she's lost a body part, but it's like crazy, the psychic powers.
I lost a toe before you met me.
I know, but
she has a hand, power fist.
Oh, I'm not. I forgot about that. I almost forget about my power fist. That's fine. Continue your conversation. That's really interesting.
But, yeah, I mean, she's really talented at a lot of things that are assassin-oriented. Yeah, we didn't even know she was a firebrand until recently, actually. Pretty interesting. She kept that pretty private. She's pretty good at her stuff. So how long are you with us? You just with us for the duration, or?
Well, for now, I'm here to help you and Josh complete what you need to do.
Spiritual pilgrimage or something.
Oh,
But I've had visions of this to some extent. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I suppose I will stay until that is no longer the case.
good stuff. I can appreciate that. Sometimes I get visions, but they're probably not as cool or holy as yours.
Few visions are.
Yeah.
Prides himself in his humility.
All right. Well, let's
Yeah.
take a look around the perimeter real quick. Make sure nothing yucky's out there.
I see nothing.
You see a boiling swamp out there covered in.
Oh,
Just kidding.
that was there before.
That was here when we got here?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, uneventful perimeter sweep.
Nice.
A bit of bro time.
You don't hate psychers, do you?
I don't have this specific hatred, and I think clerics in general have like somewhat of an aversion, if I remember correctly, but I don't. Crisis is like pretty laid
He's
back,
like a laid back
unless he thinks you're like a heretic, or if you just like are opposing him in some way. But like
Okay.
other than that, if you're like a friendly companion, he probably will. It'll be nice to you,
Good deal.
chat with you.
So you guys finish your watch, and you guys are the last. So
Gonna wake everyone up.
wake
Slept for
everybody up.
6 hours.
So you gotta wake Talia up, and
And she's dead. They're all dead.
and she
All their heads are
awesome.
gone.
she starts to sit up actually, like right before you touch her.
Oh, hey! You woke up right on time. It's time to wake up.
Always do.
You can't look at him.
She looks the wrong way. I'm like, what do you? Oh.
Yes, kid. Just
I'm
wake up.
gonna bang my
What a creepy
my
way to wake
guns
someone
together. Just.
You got plastic.
Oh.
Somebody swapped my guns over.
Gee, I wonder why.
They're just water guns. The next time that power goes off, it's just like.
Oh, I hit him from 60 meters. That was the last.
Oh
Cool.
my
You
gosh.
could do like water guns though with your lightning.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Unimpressed and impressed at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
He just has a water and people are like, what is that? And I'm like, you'll see. I just make a big puddle.
You'll see.
This guy needs help. Alright, is everyone awake?
Oh my gosh, Kevin in the office with the big pot of chili. Yeah, we rested. Probably the only thing I'm good at.
It's probably the thing I do best. Just the animal noise he makes when he spills it. He's like, oh. He's like, he's like rolling in it. That was hard to watch. But I watched it again and again.
Kevin's my hero.
Did you ever see? Oh my gosh, there's this dude who's running to be the president, the Republican. Like when Mitt Romney and all those guys were running. What was his name? But people thought he looked like Kevin from The Office.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like he was way skinnier, but there's this video, and someone calls his name, and he's about to give a speech, and he looks over, and they flip it, and he goes, "Oh," and he's just like his face totally falls. I can't remember who it was. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So you guys have like a quick little rations meal. How did you need? And then Cascade. Like, all right, I think it's time to carry on. Shall we get out of this tunnel?
It's a good
Let's
plan.
do it.
I like it.
Perfect.
I guess.
Awesome. So, as you guys near the end of the tunnel, the cavern starts to grow in height and width. Before you exit, You like the tunnels ceiling, like the stalactites are dangling about like 50 meters or so above or 50 feet above your head, not meters. And they merge with the base of a cavern wall that shears up farther than your light sources can reach. As you exit the cave, so the rock wall behind you. What next captures your gaze is of a sort breathtaking. Through the darkness, you can see a giant pillar of light standing in the distance. Its beam must reach thousands of feet in height. This light would register as dim or barely visible on a normal day, but as it's the only source of light, it stands to be quite bright. It has to be, at least, to be seen at this distance, which is over a dozen or so miles away. What this light grants to your sight is a world like you've never seen. The light is the greatest source of aid to your sight down here, but it's not the only pillar of something that you see. There's pillars of natural stone supporting the sky above, if you can call it a sky. There's a thick fog up above you that only the longest stalactites can pierce. So there's a level of humidity down here, a level of atmosphere. And then there's free-falling pillars of water in several spaces that you can see, at least within range. Or other liquids that are breaking through crust or pipes or something to fall down here. And there's a light mist about that comes with the different levels of humidity. And you can see them sloping out like it's more in the valley recesses of this great cavern that you find those. Also a light rain.
What?
Yep. And so as it started to kind of get misty and whatnot, go ahead and take a toughness test.
I'm decent at this.
I am
I'm not
tough.
decent enough.
Not you.
What's my toughness? Yeah, I really failed it.
I'll say.
So you guys are going to be susceptible to a level of toxicity that is happening in this mist. So go ahead and take D5 wounds that ignore armor.
4. That sucks.
But not toughness.
Doesn't ignore toughness.
Oh, that's okay then.
Do y'all have?
It only
Don't
ignores.
we have masks on?
You have environments. Well, actually, I don't know if you do.
I don't think I have it with me.
I think they
thought
probably
we
would have got
had 'em.
destroyed in the fire anyway.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, it's fine. I roll a 14,
So you act Hoth.
I'm so tough. Despite what some
Cool.
people might think.
Still
I think
though,
you're tough.
there's other pillars. Pillars of steadily falling debris. And this, you can kind of tell that down here must be at least where some of the trash falls from the world above that are just discarded technologies. The cavern, you realize, this chamber has no end in sight. Even the tunnel exit that you stand in is yet only part of a jutting rock, part of larger hills that surround this location. There's a muted ringing in your ears as well, just the sound of like falling materials can kind of reach you, but there's almost a permanent dull echo filling the air. The valley, if you can call it that, resembles more of a dry kind of cracked desert than anything. There's piles and piles of metal and earth that litter everywhere. Many little cracks and crevices cover the land in front of you, and despite the confusing navigational nature of this, it appears that there are certain types of roads and stuff that are also carved into the earth. Descriptions of the entire chamber, though, are lost to you both due to darkness and also distance. You do, however, see... Well, okay, I'm going to pause right there. Stop being happy in the other room.
You tell.
You're playing those video games again. I don't know if that was too descriptive or not descriptive enough. You guys are all standing there, and they are just like, wow.
Yeah, this is weird. 'Cause we're
It's
like,
different.
We're like
Different.
underground.
Oh yeah. Miles.
And it's raining poison.
Yes,
It's raining sunshine.
Radiation.
I'm wondering how this will work with my fire. Hopefully it won't cause any problems.
You go boom. Okay.
Like, can we see any, like, the main... Yeah, is it like, do we see any people out there or anything moving?
So there is a scuffle happening near a waterfall a few miles away. You see the outline shape of some sort of centipede type thing, and so you know that like being a couple miles away, it's probably really huge.
Yeah.
Big balls.
And it's circling underneath where this waterfall column is. And there's different forms of like weapon discharges and flashes going back and forth. As far as shelter from the rain, there's what appears to be a partially collapsed tower, not too far from what your chronos would say is northeast.
The shots from people, like, are there people fighting the centipede?
There's some sort of scuffle going on down that way.
I don't have anything useful to see further.
But you haven't checked it.
I don't want to go over there,
I'm not. It's a mile or so. They'd be able to help you.
but would they?
Yeah. I'd even put on any body parts he was in the fight.
Great.
Crisis is good in it.
Let's see here. So, but the centipede's huge, right? I'll just be like, does anyone know what that is?
It's a big centipede.
That's great. Is it like organic, or is that some sort of alien fighting mobile, or what is that?
And Ava speaks up. She's like, honestly, I'm pretty versed in different histories and stuff for forges, and I know a little bit about Archotech stuff. I can't tell from here, at least, if that's human or not. But it's got to be huge.
You probably want to avoid that.
Potentially, yeah.
So I think we should go to that building, the partially collapsed building, and get out of this toxic rain. Because I imagine if there's an Inquisitor team, they probably wouldn't be by the giant scorpion. Or maybe they're the ones fighting the giant centipede. Crap.
Ooh, giant scorpions would be fun.
No.
No, I'm so sorry.
Scorpion dragons.
No.
Scorpion dragon.
Did you guys watch How to Train Your Dragon 3?
I have not yet.
They have scorpion dragons.
Really?
Scorpion, snake, dragons.
They're horrifying.
They're super scary.
They're actually like they're horrible. They're horrible.
They're horrible.
Huh.
You know what?
They're terrible.
Oh my gosh. Are these stickers on all the apples?
Did you eat it?
I think so. There's one point where I was like, this pill is kind of weird.
It's alright. Here, she used to eat the sticker all the time. She
Cool.
also eats the skin on kiwis.
Cool. So you guys want to go to the building?
Mhm.
Cascade's like, you know what? I support that. And honestly, I gotta say, I don't see a better vantage point around here either.
Would us getting closer to this collapsed building, would that give us a better vantage point at the waterfall and the centipede?
No, you'd be moving further away from it a little bit.
We really need to scout that out before we go, though, just to make sure. Because if it is the Inquisitor's agents, then we gotta help them.
I can do like
If
a
only Fexian
concealment
were still
thing
here.
and like hide
Yeah,
behind
no
stuff
kidding.
if there's things to hide behind to get a little closer to that.
Ava looks up and she's like, well, I mean, we could fly up to the ceiling and go across that way. Observe.
And our jetpacks are loud and
There's already a lot of noise.
Yeah. I mean, the rain is already somewhat dangerous. You think flying in fog might cause problem?
I hadn't thought of that. Probably. Or maybe not.
Yes,
it would
just don't know.
definitely mess with our ability to
Somebody
see
hold their
things,
gun out in the
though.
rain and see if something happens to it.
Are we in the rain right
I
now?
take out my pistol.
Just standing in the lip of the cave.
Oh,
You're out in there. Whoever failed, walked out.
Yeah. Is anything happening to my auto pistol? Is not causing problem for machine.
how far away is it?
The center?
The centipede?
Yeah.
I think it's like a mile or two.
I might be able to go and look at it. I could just run over there real quick, but I'd have to do something.
Do we have binoculars? Let me look. A little this match.
I don't have anything like that.
I can become a quadruped.
So they might just think you're like a mutant and not worry about you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have binoculars at least.
Can you make other people quadrupeds?
I wish. It doesn't say. Oh. No, I can't. But I just looked and I can do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I can make myself a quadruped. And my agility is a 4, so it would make my movement bonus an 8 rather than a 4. It doubles it. So if I did that, how long would it take me to get over there?
Not as long.
Yeah, half the
True.
time. So if you guys don't want to fly, I can do that.
Probably like a 5-minute mile.
Oh, rad.
You conceal yourself.
I can disguise myself. Can't really conceal myself. So if someone spots me, decides to come after me, as long as it's not the giant centipede, I'll probably be able to outrun it.
Or just bolts to the brain.
Yeah, or kill it.
That's fair.
And then I'll be far away enough, so if I do anything crazy, it'll draw attention to me, but not to you guys.
I accept his plan.
So if you don't want to fly, I can do that. What do you guys think?
It's dangerous to go alone, but
I don't think anyone could keep up with me.
yes, if
I
it
mean,
works, I think
I
that
can
your
provide air support.
additional speed will reduce any problems.
You guys won't be able to.
Just make sure to not get too close unless you absolutely need to. Try and stay outside of range of guns.
All right. All right, well, I'll be back in 15 or 20 minutes.
Don't touch my apple.
Wow.
Wow, that was a nice roll.
Cascade says, okay, it's settled. We will go secure that tower location, and you will
Alright.
scout out the
The what?
descent to E and the P.
I gotta try again.
That's embarrassing for
I
all
know.
of us.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
I've never grown more legs out of my butt before.
That is my first time doing
Are
this.
you sure you can do this?
Yeah.
Just gotta push really hard.
Just everyone stand back in case something bad happens.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I stay 20 meters away.
Balls.
Did you roll perils?
Yes.
Roll ethereal stench, that way we can say you farted your legs out.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I'm using a fate point on that.
Why?
Because it's an 81.
That's fine.
Tell me what it is first, and I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to roll the fate, use my fate point. Not
It would be
wrong.
Pearls of the Warp.
Yeah,
And
so I
that's
have
as
to
far
roll
as I can
again.
tell you.
What's the worst that could happen?
Last time everyone's guns were off, we almost died.
Well, but this one would be a biomancy one, right?
Oh yeah.
So it would be a little bit different. It might just be something really bad happens to you.
Okay. Are you guys okay with me doing it then?
I mean,
I don't
I'm
want
20
you to use
meters
all your
away.
feet.
You know, that's not necessarily far enough, but
All right, here we go. I'll do it then, Cody. You ready?
Yeah, not yet, but roll it anyway.
50.
Okay.
Dude, the apples are good.
You're pretty good.
What if we all body switched? That'd be
Oh, not
freaking
again.
funny. You body switch for 100 turns.
It was a long time. Freaking Thaddeus.
You loved it.
Thaddeus did not love it.
No.
He's never been the same since.
He got dark after that.
He still doesn't.
And then
like
he
me.
almost died.
On a train.
What is it? Is it bad? Tell me what it is.
Localized aging.
oh,
As his power runs out of control, one of the Psyker's limbs temporarily becomes wizened and bent as though aged decades in a single moment. One of the Psyker's limbs chosen at random. That is your left leg. That's so funny.
Geezer leg.
Becomes crippled for D10 rounds.
Let me roll it. 3.
Cool. Yeah, so everybody you have armor on, so I mean nobody even notices, but you do. You're just like, oh my gosh.
But now I have 4 legs, like I'm a quadruped.
wait, which left leg is it?
Yes.
All of them.
Dude, you could kind of stay a quadruped, I think, forever, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I have to switch back, but
That's
could
so
You
weird.
could do that and grow wings. You could be a Pegasus.
Pegacentaur.
I can
Take
turn
it
myself into a monster,
Yeah, you could.
like with claws and armor, and I think I can only do
Could
5
you-
at the same time.
5 limbs.
No, 5
Oh.
different things.
Personal
They're not sustained,
alterations.
are they?
Yeah,
They are?
yeah,
You have to sustain them every round?
yep,
Oh, you could do that.
yeah. I mean, lots of bad things would happen, but I could do it.
Every round, it would be a -10.
So,
And it's just, so when you sustain, you don't cast the power again, you just do a willpower test.
oh really?
Yeah, but for every power you're trying to sustain, it's -10.
Mm-hmm.
Could you do like a disguise to look like one of the neophytes or something?
I can.
Oh, that might be useful later. Cool.
Cool.
Further questions, Your Honor.
I move to execute the defendant. All right. So I'm gonna get as close as I can. Like, I don't want to get any closer than I have to. Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind.
He's so
I'm
weak.
already gone. I was gonna say someone should climb on my back.
Hi-ho, Silver.
I considered it
That would have been dope. How scary would that be? They'd be like, that's like some
just
sort of blue
crisis on
monster.
top of some, like,
And he has his flamethrower.
Oh my god.
Oh.
yeah, I think we could take on the centipede if there's like 2 of us.
You want somebody on your back? I mean, you haven't left yet, technically.
I'll get on your back.
Yeah, hop on.
Yeah.
Crisis just hops on, and I'm like, all right.
Perception test.
To see if I notice.
No. +30.
Oh, okay, I passed it.
Yeah. Looked like Talia was like off or in the middle of like, and then you did it.
She's blind. What can she do?
She was a divination
She
psyker.
sees through the warp. Oh my gosh! Stop.
It looked like you were about to summon some crazy power. You just had... Katie was
It's
like,
not that funny, Tanner.
Thanks for supporting me. It is trumpet cloud.
it just made me laugh his face, and you were like, Cody, you child, put it away. That's what my wife
How
says
many
to me.
times-
Talia's
Today,
just
do you
like
think I
trying to
say
make a
that?
friend and like connect to Deca, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
He needs a flamethrower on his back, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like in my apartment. I'm like, oh yeah, like Talia could go. How heavy does Crisis feel on my back? Like, do I feel like I can
What are you
make
wearing?
it?
He's also crippled.
Flamethrower and robes.
That's an inappropriate.
How much do you weigh?
I'm pretty normal. I weigh 85 kilograms. And then, my weaponry.
You weigh 85?
Yeah.
So I weigh 40.
On your crippled.
How does it feel on my crippled leg and knee?
Yeah.
Do a strength test.
Uh-oh. That's not my forte. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd fail that hardcore.
Okay. Might be a little heavy for him.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, oh, Crisis, like, hey
no.
buddy, this is my
This is
my
gonna
first
work?
time doing this power.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe Talia, you're pretty low.
Josh!
No.
No thanks.
In her heavy armor.
Yeah. She has like a power fist.
Casket? No.
It's okay. I'll take Talia. Thank you though.
Okay.
Thank you. Come on, Talia, let's go. I mean, if you want to.
All right. I can do that. So she gets on and like, yeah, sectors are weird. Let's do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're seeing stuff through the warp. So.
What's wrong?
You should see what's standing behind you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Didn't you see facial expressions through the warp? Or like what I'm doing with my hand?
What are you doing with your hand?
I'm waving it.
Oh, yes, I see that then.
What
That's
are
very
you
impressive.
doing with your hand? I know that you're doing something with your hand. What are you doing? Oh, yes, I see it.
I'm not very smart, so I probably believe her.
Cool.
It's cool. It's impressive.
All right, so Cascade starts making her way towards
Downtown.
down.
Oh, come on.
After all the sounds you've given me.
We did it at the same time. Come on. Yes.
Close enough.
So mean.
Kicking
I'm in
puppies.
character.
That's good.
It's in character if you're. Never mind.
You've been Josh since.
Oh, I was a lot nicer on our first day.
Yeah.
That's how it always
Brake
is.
keys got stuck.
Stop.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was
So,
a cute story.
so yeah, you guys head off into the not sunset.
Yeah, let's do
The
this.
toxic rain.
Woo!
Chocolate rain.
No, Cody Jensen.
What?
That's gonna wreck you. You deserve it.
Why is it gonna wreck him? Because you won't be
Because
able
it's
to sleep?
caffeinated. Yeah, you won't be able to sleep.
Wow, my wife has told me that a bunch of times too. Our wives are the same. When I'm at
Shane and your friends.
yeah, I was like when I'm at home, I have that. When I'm at game night, I have that. When I'm at work, people call me and are like that. I can't escape it. It's a good thing. It's like it's almost I'm like I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. And then she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, what I'm supposed to
Well,
do.
you're doing that on top of like other stuff that keeps you up.
So
So
you're heading towards the Centipede.
Mm-hmm.
They're going through these little piles of metallic trash and like whatever else is
Oh,
going on.
yuck.
And I was just like, yeah, it really smells down here. Maybe that's you.
Keith and I have
Wow.
weapons.
No, it's just garbage. And what does it look like the garbage is from? Does it look like anything useful, or is it just garbage?
That stuff's all black to me.
I'm sorry, out of game. Does it like?
Oh.
Yeah. As the game master.
Yeah.
It is.
Is that
all
is
black
that just
to me.
like garbage? Yeah, you said that. I was like, wow, it's just black. I'm like, that's dark. Like,
No. Kind of like a dump, but imagine it being mostly e-waste.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, it's just a bunch of broken computers and
Servitor bodies.
Yeah.
occasionally,
Yeah.
the rotting
This-
servitor
a
body.
stench of death and decay and
Yeah, you're,
fingers.
you're not missing out on much.
Alrighty then.
Cool.
How close is the Cenobite?
So you guys got over to a
Yeah,
hill
use
line
the
ridge. All right. Good luck, bathroom.
Sorry.
Yeah, you guys get over to this little ridge area, and I don't know what you want to do from there, but it's near it,
Yeah.
near what's going on.
So
you
we
can start to. Oh, by the way, as you near this, you start to feel these great shudderings in the earth.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna climb to the top of the ridge line, just so I can peek. And then,
She's still on your back.
yeah, and I'm just gonna say like, hey, we got to get low. I'm gonna get to the top of the ridge line. Before we get there,
Wow,
I
there's
want.
a lot of people over there.
Yeah, how many people do you sense?
Hundreds,
Hundreds?
maybe 1,000, maybe a couple thousand.
Do any of them feel Inquisitor?
Yeah, probably like almost 1,000.
Holy crap! Do you feel that giant monster we saw?
No. What monster?
Oh, there was like a giant centipede. That's why we were coming over here.
I know. I can feel it hitting the earth.
Oh my gosh.
There's a great mechanical object over there, though. That might be what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm gonna slowly peek over.
Cool perception. Cheers.
Oh no.
Here we go. No,
It's not the net.
I keep rolling the same thing, no matter what dice I use. I'm in the 70s each time.
Try my dice,
Yeah, you guys
but
are.
don't try them right now because you failed that
Uh
roll.
huh. I don't see anything.
Probably was a 91 as well. She's like, yeah, I don't need it.
Oh no, I don't have that power. But, do you have any like? Oh, I have a sniper rifle with me. Wait, no, I don't. Never mind.
Why wouldn't you?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you?
I didn't take it with me this one. I only have 3 weapons on me. I'm gonna try and get a little closer. I peek over the hill and I don't really see anything.
Forgot his glasses.
My glasses. Yeah, you can creep up over the hill a little bit
Just gonna creep.
with your one arm.
Yeah, I'm a quadruped.
So I guess what you're like almost like crawling up this hill, like laying down. All right, so I guess Talia's just holding on to you.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna tell her and be like, hey, keep your head down a little bit so we don't get spotted by those
Alright.
2,000 people over there. Do we hear the fighting and everything?
oh yeah, you hear the gunfire. There's different yelling. There's mechanical screeching, and you can hear engines and whatnot. There's a lot more pollution over this way, and it's also raining heavily, but it's not polluted over here because it's all from the waterfall.
Huh.
Because as the water's falling, it's like you know
Right.
what they do, like.
Yeah, I guess. Do I hear any languages?
Do you have Low Gothic?
I do.
Low Gothic tales.
Is that an intelligence?
Yeah.
Could be. How was your break in the bath?
I need you guys.
It was an acceptable break, but I'm sure it'll make the experience
Why?
continuing forward better.
I don't know.
I am anger.
Let me try this.
I am shocked.
Roll another 70.
I rolled a 97. Huh. Yeah, I'm using these ones from now on. I'll even consider that test. I can use my fate point if you want me to.
Nah, it doesn't mean that much to me.
Okay.
Cool. So over this ridge line, you see where there's where the waterfall's hitting, and obviously it's a pretty big surface area because it's spread out from where it falls from the ceiling. But there's no pond, no lake. It looks like the water's just still seeping into the earth. But there's different buildings and stuff that have been set up around this to try to collect water and whatnot. This centipede is the closest memory that you have in your brain is when you first arrived on this planet. and there was Bladed Cog that had taken over a Mechanicum Dunecrawler and altered it to it was a very heavily modified crawler that they were kidnapping you guys in.
All right.
And this, you almost think that it could hold 20 of those. It's bigger than any land vehicle you've seen.
I want to describe it to Talia because I know she said earlier that she had a lot of knowledge about this stuff, and I was just like, hey, there's
Ava
this.
did.
Oh, not Talia, Ava.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll let you describe it anyway. She'll say something. Sounds like something I'm right about.
Grow beads, maybe.
Oh yeah. Are we in range for those?
Potentially.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Deco. Is
Hi,
anyone
Becca.
there?
This is Talia.
Talia, shut up.
Yeah, you guys hear it.
It was like, hey, there is this giant robotic centipede monster, and I'm just going to describe it. And, like, it's huge. It holds.
So this thing
Yeah.
definitely got like, you can't count how many legs this thing has, and they're moving, and this thing's circling where this waterfall is, and there's a big skirmish going on, and you think that part of the number of people that Talia was talking about are within this centipede. The centipede looks like as much of a home as it is a fortress. You can see that lots of like patchwork jobs and like other stuff have been done. Like this thing has been rebuilt and destroyed several times. It's got to be like 10,000 years old. It looks like stuff that's talked about in legends. And yeah, people are using all sorts of various kinds of weaponry. Like there's bows and arrows being fired here. There's you don't see like any muskets or anything like that, but there's bullets, there's Weber stuff getting thrown
At the creature?
back and forth, and there's like spears, and there's people on the centipede that are actually like casting lightning and stuff at people and just zap, and that's like their primary force of weaponry. But you feel nothing in the war.
Would I, if I have like, would that have to be forbidden or occult for like sorcery and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
And so the closest thing that you can kind of compare this to is like a territorial war over water.
Do they, I'm going to ask Tyler, be like, hey, when you felt the presences, did they feel human or did they feel like mutants, or how do they feel?
Kind of just a mix as a whole. There's a lot of different stuff going on down there. Didn't feel anything alien really.
Yeah.
Didn't feel, well, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, difficult to differentiate between mutants and aliens. I didn't really sense anything. Like there's nothing demonic going on.
Yeah, follow-up question. There's some people on here shooting lightning, but I feel no disturbances in the warp. I personally, I'm not huge techie, so I don't know if they could be like having some sort of weapons.
She says, hang on a second. She puts her hands on the side of your head like this, and you feel your eyes blink. And then she like does this with your head, and she's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's from the warp.
I don't know what that is. I kind of want to get involved, but at the same time, not in this. It's like way too much going on.
Well, we could potentially get the group. We could stay out of it. I know we have a greater mission at hand.
That's true. I'm just gonna radio back and be like, hey guys, we found it. It's like some territorial dispute. It looks like maybe about water. The giant centipede, like I described before, it's a machine. But these people don't seem like that. Seems like to be the most advanced thing they have. They're using bows and Webers, and I didn't. Do I hear?
That's primarily from the people defending, I should say.
Oh, like the people in the centipede?
No.
Okay.
Opposite.
Yeah, the centipede seems to be making an assault.
Yeah, so the centipede seems to be attacking. The defenders are probably going to lose because they don't have any weapons that seem to be doing anything to the centipede. And somehow there's people on the centipede who are launching lightning, but they're not using the warp. So I don't know if we want to stop this, and maybe save this village from this attack, or what you guys want to do. Maybe they know where the Inquisitor's helpers are. What do you guys think?
How many people are there?
There's a little bit,
Talia's in the back and she's like, is that 1,000?
There's 1,000 people, but listen, this centipede is gonna destroy these guys. They don't have a hope,
Is this centipede the sole attacker?
It's filled with people.
But there's not like any other
Yeah,
forces
so,
outside the centipede.
Yeah, it's just the centipede, and it's attacking all these villages. Do I see any kids or anything in the villages?
It's not really a village, it's more like a facility.
Yeah, but is it
for water harvesting and stuff.
is it like a job that people have, or are these people that just live there?
I mean, you can tell there's just a group of people's being attacked, so there's probably all ages represented.
Yeah,
But I would say old people not so much, because the ages of life expectancy is probably a little lower down here.
yeah. There's just if we don't do anything, all these people are gonna lose to the centipede people.
I mean, if we weren't here anyways, same thing would happen.
All right. Anyone else have any inputs? So Josh wants to let all these people die.
Okay, says you who's killed how many people?
Bad people.
Sure. You don't know these guys are
Mutants.
good?
They're not mutants.
You don't know that.
Yeah, Talia didn't sense anything weird.
Yeah, she did.
She said
But there was a
mix. That's true.
Do a -10 perception test. Again.
Dang it. Let me use my fate point.
Blow
Is
through
that
all.
your last one?
Yep, and I passed it.
Cool.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
What?
I have this power that I keep forgetting to use when you use a fate point. If I roll a dice and I get a 9,
Yeah, you get it
I
back.
don't use a fate point.
Oh.
It's a handy one.
Yeah.
It's a hand-a-wall. Just a hand-a-wall.
What do I see?
Yeah, there's some mutants in there. Some weird-looking dudes. Some
Like-
guy's got 3 eyes. There's
From the attackers or the defenders or both?
primarily defenders.
Really? Poop. I don't know, yeah, I guess we can let them. There are a bunch of mutants with the defenders.
Talia whispers in your ear. Kill the mutant. Burn the heretic. Destroy the demon.
That's what she says?
Yeah. It's like, these are the 3 tenets of Imperial law.
Some of those mutants look a little young, don't you think? Doesn't look like it's something they chose.
And they're suffering?
She says,
So you're telling me to kill all of them, or are you telling me to let them die?
I want to see what you choose.
How far away is this centipede?
How many now?
Mm-hmm.
Probably as far as where that Cabela is. Or not Cabela's is, but where the overpass is for that train. The tracks that are over there.
Yeah. If I casted a weapon jinx on it, could I disable most of its weapons? Or,
Isn't that an aura? It's like
I'm sorry, I
Well,
have
that's the opposite
haywire.
of what you want to do.
No.
It's the defenders who are mostly mutants.
Right,
which
but that
means
doesn't
it's
mean
the
that he's-
That doesn't mean that's not what he wants to do.
That's just what the tenants would
Mhm.
ascribe to. What did you do?
How about it?
I just want to eat some fate, so if that's a thing.
I'm gonna hit it with Haywire. I'm just gonna make as much of the centipede not work as possible.
What
Only
does
'cause
Haywire do?
it just makes like if there's cameras, they don't work. Like electronics just don't function properly.
Is it just cameras?
It's not just cameras. It's like cars wouldn't start and stuff like that.
Does it have an area of effect, or does it have a target?
It's in the extended ones. I have to look it up.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Like how we use like you have like the extended warp peril stuff. And there's
It's not in the base
extended-
book,
Yeah, it's not in the base book.
so he has to
Oh,
look
are
at
you
the
talking
details
like
for Haywire.
Visitor's Handbook or something? Or?
No, so like because what is it? I have the like seal wounds. The threshold in the book is 10, but we switched it to 20 because you pulled the
Oh, so I have all that right here.
yeah.
What's the? It's called Haywire. Is it a? Not. It's not a biomancy power, right? Is it a minor?
Yeah, it's a minor power.
Haywire.
Oh, it just says it causes electrical devices to malfunction.
Okay.
Does it mention how it targets those?
Yeah, it's not an area of effect.
Okay. Add effect.
I'm just gonna do it just to see what it does. Because I feel bad seeing the hapless mutants get slaughtered. Ah! Good. Oh. I did roll Perils of the Warp when I did that, but then I got a 25, so I don't know what that does.
You got a 20 on perils,
25.
and this is just standard perils.
Yeah.
A sacrifice to Khorne. For the next D5
Or,
turns, everyone within 40-10.
oh my gosh.
Clounders.
If I roll a 10, do I need to re-roll that or no? So
24.
10, 24.
So 24 meters, which is actually the same amount of meters that you rolled when you had everybody's guns go off.
Mm-hmm.
Including the Psyker, reduce their toughness bonus by half. Round down for the purposes of damage reduction and increase their strength bonus by the same amount for the purpose of dealing damage.
Interesting.
Affected people feel a little bit stronger, but nothing more.
So did it cover
For how
those
long?
people down there too?
It's 24 meters.
24 meters.
Like 78 feet or something like
I
that?
don't think that's going to touch any of them except for you, Natalia.
What about us?
It's just me and Talia. For how many rounds does that last?
Just 4 turns, not even rounds.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Sounded crazier.
It did.
I was like, God.
Okay, so you did cause the power to happen though, right?
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I don't know if it's all one power source and just stops moving or what.
Okay. How did you overbleed at all or anything?
I just rolled one dice. Actually, yeah, I overbleed by 1, but that just lets me choose an additional target.
Okay. So as a whole, you probably want to overbleed as much as you can to
Yeah.
affect multiple things. Because currently you could pick one mechanism on the thing, but not the mechanism as a whole.
Okay. I can overbleed. Okay. So,
I wish it was that easy.
right. I was just like, oh, is it just?
I was like, for a minor power though, you're gonna want the old thinger.
So if the psi rating is 4, I get 4 dice, right?
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah. I don't.
9, 8, 17, plus.
We'll just say that 9 is what you did last.
Oh no, I was adding them up together. I didn't roll any 9s.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see the overbleed real quick. So this would make my overbleed dose. So I would just be able to affect 2 things, I guess.
Okay. So what device? Or how many points did you overbleed?
I just got, because it just says for every 10 points overbleed, I get an additional 1.
Yeah.
So I overbled it by 2 this time rather than 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I just overbleed 2 things.
So what do you want to do? Like make a leg act weird or something? I don't know.
So, I don't know. Can I see, like, is it just circling around the waterfall? That's it?
Yeah.
Could I make the front legs go into the waterfall?
Like this front side too, to like just pull it towards the waterfall.
So if it's just going in a circle around, like the front 2, just to do a sharp left turn, like in. Because I don't know if they would have enough opportunity to. Because it, like, we don't know where it goes, right? It just hits the ground. So if that goes in, I don't know if that'll do anything.
Okay, that's what you're trying to do there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Haywire just like scrambles them and that'll make some act weird.
Yeah, so just,
So-
is that like where, yeah, just scramble the front then, I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah, it gets scrambled out a little bit and doesn't appear to be super effective.
It's not effective. I'm like a Pokemon.
I'm sorry, that was.
Huh?
I'm sorry, that wasn't more effective.
No, that's okay.
I was a little confused over what was going on a little bit.
So there's not really a lot I can do. Like, I could go out there by myself, but the mutants would probably kill me too. So I'll just
Potentially.
yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, all right, fine, like, let's leave then. We'll just let whatever happens, happens. Whatever the God Emperor wills. I'm not happy about it.
Perfect. All you said is, I think ultimately we probably did the right thing. I think it's probably not best to blow our cover this early into our time in the cavern. So back at the tower and the whatnot, you guys get over that way. As Deco went running off, and he's feeding you information as you guys are getting closer to the tower. And the tower appears to be partially collapsed structure. As you get closer to it. At this point, the pace is kind of picked up to a slow jog just because the rain's getting heavier and whatnot. So everybody do a tough, well, not you, but everybody else do a toughness test. Minus 30.
Crap.
Ugh.
Because you're
That's
in
not
heavy
good.
rain. Fail.
Fail.
And it's D5, but you get to take your toughness into that,
Okay.
but not your armor.
D5 damage. No damage.
So
Oh,
Liara's
I get-
taking a wound.
I have 1.
Okay. Heal. Yeah, and so Cascade is able to find like an outcropping from a partially collapsed wall outside of the tower that she runs under.
Does the tower look structurally sound?
Sound looks like whatever collapse happened a long time ago. And with everything falling from the ceiling and stuff, like I feel like things would probably settle.
Can I see if I hear anything with my heightened senses here?
Absolutely. They are will join. He fails critically.
I thought you rolled a 22.
No, the 72.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't know anything.
Just punch me out.
Nothing.
I'm sick of your crap.
Apparently punching
much
brothers in the
noise.
face is just a thing that's going on.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, Cascade's like, are you hearing it? She's like, no. She looks at you and you spoke out loud, I think. Or, yeah, she's like, okay, go ahead and get inside. It's getting crazy out here.
Let's go cautiously.
Cool. Yeah, we are, the door's like busted open and whatnot, so we are, pulls it open and slinks inside, and then Ava goes in and she's got little mag lamps that she's shining everywhere. And yeah, it just appears to be this like crazy abandoned tower. No, doesn't even look super modern, like it's made of metal and stuff like that, but been picked clean at least from any stuff in it that could have been there. Cool. And at this point, Deco returns with Talia.
What's up, push boy?
Welcome back, Deco.
I'm going to do a sense presence in this tower. Yeah, roll 9.
You rolled a 9?
You don't
No, he
Oh.
did not.
Do I sense anyone in here besides us?
Nice.
Oh, good.
Looks like it's just us.
Fools.
So, game plan? Because where are we even supposed to be going from here?
I don't know. When I was over by the centipede, did I see, like, besides their fight, did I see anything else going on in the area or any other caves? Is where, I guess what I'm asking is where we are, is that past the centipedes or is that, like, in a different area?
A map I will draw.
Interesting.
This was the exit to the cavern. And I'm going to put things more into scale. There's no eraser in here.
Because I grabbed them last week.
So, put it into scale. Collapsed tower. Cave entrance. Centipede by the waterfall.
And the pillar of light is up there. Okay.
I'm not erasing the board.
Oh, is that above our heads? Or is that the
So,
exit?
looking out over the valley.
Oh, okay.
What's going on? Cause there's the debris that's falling.
3 will be triangles. Then water sources.
So that how
Well,
we're trying
so
to
you
go
can see.
towards the swirly.
That's the pillar of light.
Okay, well then where are we trying to go?
Where are you trying to go?
We're trying to
We're trying to go further into the tunnel and find our peaks. Because, like, from what I recall, they were, like, super in the depths and in trouble.
So,
Yeah, do we have any clue
Let's do an
where the
intelligence.
depths
Let's do an intelligence test from everybody.
are?
I am not intelligent.
I did it.
I killed
14.
17. Not as much.
Actually, you
as
can't
this.
do it.
Okay. Because I do not have the contacts necessary.
Yeah, you weren't here yet. So, Faxine got a letter from somebody.
Ah.
Do you remember what they said and how they described their environment?
No, offhand.
No, but my character does.
Yeah.
You did pass your intelligence.
Job.
Thank you.
Hey.
Okay. So you hear, well, not hear. You remember him reading a letter that he had received from Violet, and Violet described a big bioluminescent fungal forest that she said
Oh, yeah.
was below a valley of metal.
I do remember that.
So we're in the Valley of Metal.
Yeah, so we got to get beyond the Valley of Metal.
Gotta go down somehow.
Find some
Further
fungus.
down,
Alright.
upside down. And so as you remember and I know what's going on, discuss that with everybody.
I remember the guy that was with us for like an hour, Faxian. He
It was 4 hours.
4 hours, excuse me.
If I ever see that guy
He
again.
he had that letter that he got from the other Inquisitor, and it was from Violet, who was one of his little buddies, and she described the Valley of Metal, and she said that they were in the fungal forest, which is beyond the Valley of Metal. So I think what we're looking for is past this, and I think we should try and push for it right now.
I think we should make umbrellas.
So you rolled, and you rolled well, right, to remember?
Yeah, I got like 2 degrees of success.
2. You're so smart.
I know. Not really. I just like, it's average. I'm like 47 in my intelligence.
47.
Yeah.
That's higher than my third highest stat.
So in the letter, she mentions that Willow, their psyker, claims to have found an exit to the forest. And so you feel like there's going to be a defined exit, an entrance or whatever, something that you would be able to notice.
As a psyker?
As a
No.
person in general.
No. And then Violet had mentioned that the High Lords and Fabricator Magos of this world knew about these depths, like the depths, but they don't talk about them. Like, knowledge of this place is actually erased from a lot of archives and stuff, or not erased, but not accessible to the common public. And so the place that she was talking about as far as bioluminescent stuff was called the Nordic Forest. And you remember that Adominus had been studying it for production of energy and material uses. And they couldn't fully exploit it. And as you're looking out over this place, it looks pretty fully freaking exploited.
So just like they've already used all the resources in this valley, but they couldn't in the fungal forest because they couldn't figure out what it was good for, kind of thing.
Or there was some sort of like resistance
Right.
that happened. But you just kind of think about Anvil and how it's got like the great forges above and all that, and how it seems like the further down into the planet you go, the more things get kind of run down and forgotten. And this is about the worst you've ever seen on this planet. It makes like the trash compactors on your void vessels look like a luxury yacht compared to this down here.
Yeah. I'll say that as well. Be like, yeah, like, I don't know. They also mentioned something that like a lot of the higher ups on this planet are aware of this area, but they keep it more or less hidden from everywhere else. apparently that forest, the fungal forest, they couldn't. I don't know. It seems like the robot people are always trying to find a way to use all the resources they can, and something prevented them from using that. But they did say there was an exit past that. So if we get there, we can hopefully find them if they're still there, and then we can get out the exit. How does that sound?
Cascade. She's kind of lost in thought. She's like, well, you know what? We really don't know this area well. Might be good to like try to figure out a map too, like, or contact who knows the area. Maybe you and Talia could do a combined power and just try to see, maybe, you know, get a gist of how populated it is down here.
Okay.
I don't know if that would work or if you guys could do that.
I've never done anything like that.
So I was like, well, I am a divinator, and I have this thing called fraternal awareness, so I can cast my perception from my body and get a natural awareness of the world around me.
Oh.
Let me do that.
Do you need help, or are you just going to go for it?
I'll go for it. We'll see. Roll a 9. But I didn't even need 2 dice, but I rolled 2 dice. Okay. Chocolate milkshake. Oh my goodness. That's a Perils. This one isn't crazy bad. It's just a 35.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Thank you for keeping the notes.
I'm really good at it.
That goes pretty incredible.
Oh,
We could.
that was
oh my
actually pretty
gosh.
bad. I got this thing. It's called 83. Synthia. The Psyker's senses become scrambled. She hears battlefield. Cacophonies?
Cacophonies. One
Cacophonies?
of my favorite words.
Cacophonies as a splatter of shuddering colors fills the stench of the war crawling underneath her not eyeballs. She doesn't have any stuff in the back of her sockets. I suffer D10 characteristic perception, characteristic damage, and 5 insanity.
Oh my gosh.
Roll that, because that was a 9. I rolled a 9 again. So let's try that one more time.
You rolled.
10.
Oh my gosh. So her perception
I
goes
have
down by
one more.
10.
I have one more.
Dude, you gotta do it.
What's the worst I could do? Right?
Yeah, like, please roll below
A
that.
2, okay.
Okay.
I was just like, holy crap, and then I take 3 insanity.
So man, that was rough.
Yeah, I was like, that's not super bad. A little bad. Cool. Those fan-made Heroes of the Warp are fun.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, so she looks out, and whatnot, and I'm using kind of the gist of this power for a narrative setting. But she's like, yeah, there's lots of life down here. There's hundreds of thousands of people down here.
What the heck?
And I can't feel the edges of this cavern, but I know that it stretches on probably for hundreds of miles. And even to the east where the walls of the forges are, it keeps going. It feels like below us, though, there's just a teeming ocean of life deep within the earth.
That's the place we need to go. That's the fungal forest.
You have a shovel?
I think we have to get to the exit at the very end of this. But, I mean, hundreds of miles, we're going to need... Oh, we have our vehicles with us, don't we? We had...
I don't know if anybody used them. But yeah, no, I'll say you do.
Yeah.
They're back at the... I'll say that they are back at the cavern entrance, though, because no one used them once they got there.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that.
I totally forgot about them.
We should go get our bikes. How long is that going to take us? I mean, hundreds of miles, like...
10, 15 minutes to get back to the cavern.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Back to the cavern, get our bikes, and let's just bounce out of this place?
I think we'll want vehicles.
Cascade said, she's like, well, hundreds of miles is a lot more than what we've already traveled, so...
We could try and steal the centipede thing. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if we could drive it with just 6 of us.
Potentially. I don't know, but if that great pillar of light, if I think about it, that could be a world portal.
Oh my gosh.
So, maybe we just have to go down there and just drop down a ring or something.
It'd be nice if we could find some sort of locals to figure out certain details.
You like that idea? Were you here for that? Oh, Cascade was saying, like, well, we don't know the area.
Yeah. He was there when you said
I
that.
thought so.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We could go, just
I do like
tap
that.
some people in the middle of that conflict on the shoulder and ask if they have a minute to help us find our way.
Didn't Talia just look at the area, see a bunch of life? I'm sure she knows
Yeah,
some
where's
odd
the-
spots other than
In the centipede battle. Where's the closest group of people that we can kidnap, Talia?
kidnap.
I think a little extreme.
Who can we terrorize in the name of the God Emperor today?
I know looks like a small population mass not far from here, closer, like more northeast.
Are they people?
Where are the dancers?
Yeah, I don't know. We can go check it out.
Let's go check it
Great.
out. He's like,
Yeah, I
well,
don't
you
know.
know, they're, yeah.
He's blue, so is he even human? Like...
All right. That's a lack of vitamin D, okay?
Cool.
Are we going to retrieve the vehicles or head there from here?
How close is it?
Vehicle.
If it's closer, we should just stop there on the way to the vehicles. If not, let's get the vehicles first.
Because the location out there.
Yeah, it'll make getting to the vehicles take quite a bit longer, but it'll be faster if we just head there.
Vehicles are.
Yeah.
You are here.
Let's just go to the village real quick.
Alright.
We're never getting our vehicles back.
You know what you could do? You could fly to the cave and drive one bike back. Fly back to the cave and drive one bike back.
Seems like a really good use of my talents.
How about we do this? Should we just split up? Or do you want us all to go?
Well, one person can't ride 2 bikes.
That's true, and there's a bike for each of us. Oh, wait, no, there's not.
How many
Because some
vehicles
people
are
were
there?
doubled up.
Just on the Wolf Quad.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just Liara and Talia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess let's go get the vehicles first. And then to the village.
Yeah, it's not like we're in a hurry.
Not at this point. The other Inquisitor probably thinks we're dead.
I
I'm sure-
honestly kind of forgot about the other Inquisitor. I know we're like on a mission for him, but that one dude
You're
bailed.
also on a mission for Alvis.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that what's his butt probably painted a really positive picture of us, so.
I'm just gonna kill him.
I really hope he doesn't come back. We can be a team on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just on that.
Well, one's better than none, I guess.
There's some sort of like history here.
Cascade, well, not Cascade, Ava this time. She speaks up. She's like, honestly, there's a little bit of a kind of issues with Inquisitor Alvis and Inquisitor Malin. Gone back like decades, but seems, I don't know, like as far as Violet's team goes, we're okay helping you guys, making sure they're okay, but there's always been kind of a grudge there. Not like enemies, but more like rivals, essentially.
So we should just get as much information from them as possible without,
Who?
from that team. Like, do we want to even allow them to get out of here alive? Because the one dude who would report to us if we didn't is not with us.
I know they're in the service of the God Emperor, and in a lot of ways that's enough. Malin, I mean, if you think Alvis has secrets, I never know what's going on in Malin's mind. You didn't like that at all?
Yeah, it's like, why do we work for these people? Like,
Because it's better than being one of those schmucks by the centipede.
that's true.
And that's the alternative.
You can either work for me, or you can become a mutant and live in this crap hole and be attacked by a centipede that shoots freaking warp lightning. That's not warp lightning.
It's for true. So, what are we doing?
We're going back to get the vehicles. We already said.
Yes?
You need to listen.
Alright, you guys go back and get the vehicles.
There we go.
Yay, now
Right.
we'll go towards the village.
Everybody use the drive skill ground.
Oh no.
Actually, I think I gave you drive Atlan Jackal.
I really failed. I rolled an 84.
Gosh, dang it. Gosh, dang it!
That's cute.
I don't have a drive.
Did you fail?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 39. I don't know what's dependent on.
What's
but
your
there's-
agility?
It should be like it's 32.
You pass.
Okay.
Escape pass. They are failed.
I failed
Oh, yeah.
too.
Ollie is not
I'll
the one
save it.
driving.
Oh no, this one goes there.
The blind person. That's the blinker.
The long skinny one is gas.
The long skinny one is the gas.
I yelled
The
at
big
it.
yellow one's the sun.
Both favorites. Both favorites.
Okay. So, for everybody that
Passed.
failed, the Allen Jackals
You crashed.
seem like they're little teeny bit damaged from corrosion, so they're just starting out a little horribly. So, for those who failed, those Allen Jackals are at -10 to start.
Here we go. 95.
Oh yeah.
-20.
All right, here we go. I'm feeling these.
Finally! 16!
Oh wait, I got a 66.
Oh
Yeah! Alternate crit!
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So yeah, you're able to shake some of the corrosion off, but now you know that there is like some level of something going on.
Oh man, these things are getting broken here. I don't know how much longer they're gonna last.
Cool. So you guys start steaming across the Crackle Valley. Cool. And are you guys just heading right towards that thing?
Yeah.
I think we should
Talia.
not go, like, head on, but
Wanna like curve
a
around?
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should park a little bit of ways
Disguise their vehicles.
so that they aren't intimidated by this group coming in.
Us.
The artist's like, you know what? I mean, if we're just beating the information out of them or something, why don't we just go through camp, raise hell?
Is that what we were trying to do?
Are we taking the Are we taking the violent path?
I don't know. Are we?
Let's just go and see if we can talk to anyone. And if we face any resistance, then we can.
So stay on the bikes.
Yeah.
So we'd maybe drive, or I don't know.
I mean, we can drive in. I don't know if this will scare them or not. I think really we're mostly worried about them being stolen or graffiti.
So I guess if we stay on them, then we're
Yeah.
in a better spot. That's
Plus
fine
we
with
won't
me.
have to
I
turn them back
just, don't really want to provide one of those another moment where we're going straight down the middle with a bunch of hostiles
Yes.
surrounding us. So
We are. She's like, I'm gonna stay up on this ridge and with Talia, and she can snipe if needed.
you can.
Talia's a sniper.
Talia, you're very talented for such a blind.
Oh wait, does Talia has the Forbidden Lore Archotech or whatever?
Ava.
Ava does.
You need to.
She doesn't really have
No,
the
I'm
skill. It's like not an advanced skill. It's a basic, so she can take it like at a half her intelligence.
Oh, there you go.
She can make the attempt. So, what do you want to know?
I just wanted to know because you talked earlier about that centipede thing, and you said it was like there was legends about that probably. So I just wanted to know if that form of technology, like where it came from, and like was it like supposed to be that centipede, or was it something that had a different purpose and they weaponized it, like how the mutants did with the mining equipment.
David rolled a crit 000.
Holy balls! So she knows what this thing is.
She's like, you know what? I have heard of those kind of centipedes. It's a great crawler titan from the legends. Essentially, it's a walking fortress. It's a barracks that can house hundreds and hundreds of soldiers or
Holy
whatever.
crap!
As far as its weapons and stuff, typically they're heavily weaponized. Lightning doesn't really fit in the description of it.
I'm telling you, those people.
It should be totally operated by like servitors too. Like you can have, well, not operated, but like maintained by servitors if it's a full capacity. But these legends are 10,000 years old, so it could be anything.
How old are you?
28. she's
28.
she's-
She's
She's like 40.
Cool. Thanks. All right. So
How
let's.
old are you?
I'm like 25, but I got aged by my time in the thing. So I'm 28 now. My body has the wear and tear of a 28-year-old.
That's so funny.
Can be a surprising amount.
You know what? From what I hear, like there's a huge difference,
Yeah.
and I feel
I
it
didn't
too.
really have an age picked out for Ava. I know Talia is like 23.
I remember like being in high school and like staying up till like 5 in the morning and sleeping for an hour and then going to school and being totally fine. And now I'm like, I go to bed like 30 minutes late and I wake up and I'm like,
Yeah.
somebody shoot me.
Every day.
It's like I drank a bottle of Jack,
Bottle of death. Bottle of death.
some rock gut,
Rock gut booze. Yep.
then what is it, tornado or something.
Okay, so approaching camp.
Camp approached. Do we see any people there?
Yeah, you see fires and stuff as you are getting closer, like bonfires, and not bonfires, but like barrel fires or whatever else. And you guys just want to pull on into camp.
Yeah, let's go to the biggest bonfire, I guess. Just find someone.
So yeah, you go over, like you're riding through what could be considered, I guess, Main Street or the center of camp, and people are like rushing inside their buildings and whatnot as you come through. And by the time that you get there and like circle around a fire or two, like everybody's inside.
Is there a building that looks like it's the main building? No? Is there like a big tent?
No tents.
What is it?
They're like just slab huts.
What's the nicest looking slab hut? Or do they all just look like
Different levels, like dude, I could give you the answer of what's the biggest slab hut.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we just find the biggest slab hut and walk in there and find someone, or?
Good perception test, everybody.
Yippee!
Nope.
I perceive.
I do
Test
too.
Perceived.
I am shocked.
You guys notice the occasional weapon barrel poking out through like slats in the hut at you.
They have weapons.
What
Across
kind
the
of
board.
weapons?
Shooty weapons.
Just like, yeah.
Are they like crossbow, like what I saw before? Like, do I see arrows or like guns?
No. Just guns.
I'm like, so
Yeah.
here's what we can do. Someone can talk to these people and try and talk them down and see if we can get some information, or I can, jam all their weapons
Do you
and
think
scare
they
the crap
speak
out of them.
regular English, or are they?
No.
What did
I
you
will
hear
try.
earlier.
Speak a little.
Yeah,
See if
crisis.
they respond. When you were with them, did you hear them talking?
I did, and they spoke Low Gothic. So
I do have speak language low Gothic. So.
They speak language.
I also do.
Low Gothic text. That's very hard suits his hearing thing too.
I can do
Friends, hello. We mean you no harm. We are just here to ask a few questions. If you would like to send out some representative, we will ask our questions and be on our way.
Nothing.
wait, as he's doing that, can I do something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. There's like a power that it's a good aura, like it's a really positive. And people
Is
feel
it
really
inspiring
good.
aura?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast that in the area that he's talking, like in that building, just so that people feel good about what he's saying. That
Okay.
work? I pass with no 9.
Yay.
It was close.
That's all you see is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And compel is a half action. So she's gonna roll a 9.
What is she doing?
54.
Sweet merciful, don't do that.
It's not a perils, it's a phenomenon. I don't have any more command points.
No command
Photonic
points.
Fury for the next D5 turns. Any light source that is in D100 meters. 60 some odd meters. So that will be around Ava and Talia.
It said
Or around,
D100?
yeah, around all of you guys.
Wait, so if it's D100, does that mean if you roll 6 at 600 meters?
No.
Oh, wait, D100, like
You just roll like
Yeah.
these dice, and
So-
whenever you roll is
So
how many
basically,
meters, so that would have been
all
97.
around you.
Yeah.
So any light source increases and intensifies 100 times over.
Oh my
Street lights, flashlights, etc. become extremely bright, and characters that look in their direction and do not pass a perception test are blinded for the rest of their turn.
You know what's
I
kind
mean,
of
that
cool
might
about
be
that?
good, though.
Yeah, because we're inspiring them, and he's giving this, like, he's like, friends! And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
My
we feel
shadow
good.
just, like,
Wow,
being
they're
cast.
pretty bright.
Yeah,
They
the
must be
fires
angels.
the fires get more lively, and she's compelling them to believe his words. She just freaking rolled. I'm not even gonna roll for the other people. That's how good she rolled. And then she's gonna do inspire. And then so she's bolstering her comrades by subtly implanting images of great courage and masking various negative emotional stimuli, allowing them to swiftly shake off fears and doubts.
Nice.
So we're all feeling good.
Yeah. So a creaky door partially opens and then gets picked up and moved out of the way. And this like older lady's like looking out, and she's got her gun still pointed at you, and she's like, "Who are you?" And this little like toddler infant comes running out, running towards you, and she tries to grab him, and he's too fast. No, Howard, come back.
I